Hey lovelies, yes, I am back with another protective style. Today I'll be showing you how to get this super cute boho spring twist bob. This is a fun little twist to the previous spring twist tutorial I did, and I love this style because it's cheap, chic, and easy to do. So let's get right into it. So to begin, we're first going to work on our parting. This is definitely the hardest part for me, so I like to do it first when I have the most energy. I'm using one of these three-way mirrors that you can get from Amazon, but another option for seeing the back of your head is to set up a webcam or your phone behind you and then screen share it to your laptop or a TV. I saw someone recommend that in my comments and I've been meaning to try that out, but for now I'm working with the three-way mirror. So I just take my time and part my rows as straight as possible, and I'm also flat twisting each row to keep it out of the way. I just did a few rows to get started here, and this is what my rows are looking like so far. Now for the hair, I'm using one pack of this X-pression Springy Afro twist in 24 inches and the color 2. And for the curly pieces, I'm using a bit of this leftover human hair blend that I used in my boho braids tutorial. And I'll make sure to link both of these in the description below. So this is what the Springy Afro twist hair is looking like out of the pack. And to work with this hair, I'm going to go ahead and take one bundle and cut it in half. Then after I've cut the hair in half, I'm going to take one piece from the bundle and split it into two pieces. And we'll be using just one piece for each twist. Now, if you know me, then you know I like to start off my twists with a braid. So to do this, I'm separating this Afro hair into two so that I can cross one piece over the other to make 3 strands just like this. And now I can braid the hair into my natural hair. So now this curly hair is what's going to give your twist that boho look. This was actually my first time trying to add curly pieces into my twist, and it honestly took me a little bit of trial and error to figure it out. As you can see here, I thought it would be a good idea to cut the curly hair bundle in half. However, this right here was a mistake. Whatever you do, do not cut the hair here. Leave it as long as it is because it will make adding the curly pieces into your hair so much easier and it will be easy to grip. But at this time, I didn't know this yet and I went ahead and cut the hair. Luckily, I only cut a small section of the bundle and not the entire bundle of curly hair. But I really thought this would work though. I'm like, yeah, this should be good. But let me show you what really happened when I tried to add this short piece of curly hair into my twists. So as usual, you'll want to go in with some edge control or gel around a small section and smoothen out your roots. Then you're going to grab the Afro hair and you can begin your braid. So I always flip the hair over my head just like this, then line it up with my little section and start braiding. So what I like to do is I kind of pinch a small piece of my natural hair with the Afro hair, and I use my other pointer finger to slide through my natural hair, grab a piece of my hair and braid it in with the Afro kinky hair. So you'll just repeat this motion for a couple of times to get your roots nice and secure. Now onto the curly hair. As you can see here, I'm trying to braid in that small little piece, but because it's so short, it was so difficult to grip the hair and I couldn't get it to stay in. Okay, I was struggling here. I kept trying and trying, but it wasn't really working. And then eventually I sort of managed to add it into the braid and I thought, okay, it's working now, it's coming together. So I went ahead and pulled out the longer side of the curly piece to keep it out of the way. And the next thing I did was I split one strand in half. So I would have 2 strands and I can twist the hair all the way down to the bottom, right? But then when I finished, I realized that the curly piece just slipped right out. It did not stay into the twist whatsoever. And at that point, I was so frustrated. I was ready to give up on the hairstyle and just do regular twists. But then eventually, after a few rows, I finally learned how to get the curly pieces to stay in. So let me show you how to do this properly. So once again, you're going to flip the hair over your head and start off with a braid like I mentioned before. So again, just slide your pointer finger through to grip the hair and braid down a few times to secure your roots. Then after you've braided down a little bit, you can go ahead and add in your curly piece, but this time I didn't cut the hair and I'm using a full long piece of that curly hair. And you can see just how much easier it is to grip the hair when it's longer. So what you want to do is line up that curly piece with the middle and outer strands of the braid and just continue braiding down a little bit to make sure that it's actually secure in the braid and it won't slip out. So after braiding it a couple of times, you can pull out one side of the curly piece. I just popped it in my mouth and then braid down for a couple more times. So you do need to braid quite a bit to begin this twist, but I found that this is the best way to keep the curly pieces from slipping out. So after braiding down a couple times, you're going to go ahead and split one strand in half and twist the hair all the way down just like this. And I actually learned recently that you have to twist this hair in the correct direction to get that neat, springy, twisted look. I believe I was twisting towards the left, and it just makes the twist look more uniform and neat. It might take a little trial and error to figure out which way to twist it, but you can tell the difference when you're twisting correctly. In my previous spring twist tutorial, you can tell that I wasn't twisting it correctly, and some of my twists didn't look as neat and secure. But anyways, after you twist all the way down, you can trim the end of your twist and also trim that curly piece, and that's all there is to it. I also trimmed away any flyaways that were sticking out, and you can see how the look is starting to come together. I'm really glad I decided to keep trying and I didn't give up after my mistake in the beginning. So if you're ever struggling with a style, just keep trying, do your best, girl, and I'm sure you can figure it out just like I was able to figure it out here. So let me show you how to do this one more time. We're gonna go in with a bit of gel first to smoothen out our roots. Then you'll take a piece of that Afro hair and separate it into two so that you can cross one piece over the other to form 3 strands. And then we're going to go ahead and just braid it to start off the twist. So first you're going to line up that Afro hair with your natural hair and then slide your pointer fingers through your hair, grip it, and braid it in with the Afro hair. Then after braiding down a couple of times, you're going to go ahead and add in your nice long curly piece that you did not cut. And you'll line it up with the middle and outer strands of the braid and just continue braiding down like that. Then after braiding down a couple times, you'll pop one piece out and you can use a clip or just stick it in your hair to keep it out of the way and braid down a couple more times to secure the hair in the braid. Then you're going to go ahead and separate one strand into 2 so you can twist the hair all the way down. And again, make sure you're twisting in the correct direction. This was twisting to the left for me, and you'll just continue this all the way down so you get that neat, springy look. And once you make it to the bottom, you'll trim the ends of your twist and trim the ends of that curly piece if you need to, and you are all good to go. Also, I only added in 1 curly piece per twist because I didn't want to deal with maintaining too much curly hair. If you want to add in more curly pieces, you could try crocheting it in and maybe using nail glue to keep the curly pieces secure. But I was fine with this technique and just 1 curly piece per twist. And as you can see, now the curly pieces were starting to actually stay into the twist. So all I had to do was repeat this all over my head. Now I'm sorry here my camera was a bit out of focus, but let me show you how I added some length to my twist at the top of my hair to give me that bob shape. So to make your twist longer, you'll need to take a small piece of that Afro hair and then just line it up with your twist. And we're going to twist each side individually just like this. And then you'll just continue on with your twist, making sure to grip it tightly. And that's how you add some length. And you can do that once or twice to get the length that you need. In total, this style took me about 8 hours to finish. And I was so relieved when I made it to that final twist. So now for the finishing touches, all I did was I added some mousse all over to my hair as usual. And I oiled my scalp, which felt so good. Then I added a little bit of edge control to smoothen my edges. And I put on my hair scarf to let the hair set. And as always, I will come back to show you all the final results. So after doing my makeup and letting my hair set for a bit, this is what the style is looking like. I think it came out so cute, and I love the little bob shape that I created with this hairstyle. This is really just an elevated look to the previous spring twist tutorial that I did, and this was the perfect style for my vacation to Mexico. This hairstyle challenged me a little bit in the beginning, but I'm glad I managed to make it work and I didn't give up. So let me know if you found today's tutorial helpful, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.